Sorry for making a blank video. So this is just audio recording, but I just find YouTube to be a better place to upload stuff than just about anywhere else. So consider this a podcast. Just want to talk about my reflections on the State of the Union address last night. I didn't get to listen to the whole thing, but I listened to most of it, and I was very, very impressed. I had no idea what a great State of the Union address it would be. I think it's probably, not that I am aware of every State of the Union address that's ever been in history, but I think it would be safe to say this was probably the most, and I don't like to usually mix politics and religion. I don't usually like to bring in particularly parochial Jewish things. I like things I tend to try in political discussions to try to stay ecumenical. But the the funny thing about this is I think, without a doubt, the absolutely most Jewish State of the Union address that has ever been. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems to me that, the amount of Jewish references, now notwithstanding my disagreement about, approaches to Israel, that notwithstanding, and I can, it's true, I'll disagree with a lot of the Jewish stances that were perhaps taken with the State of the Union address. But that being said, it was I wrote to my wife the Jewiest State of the Union address ever. I wrote a text to her. I was thinking I would maybe tweet that, but then I don't know how well that would be taken. And even though there were definite reasons, to critique certain aspects of the speech, it was an incredibly well-written speech. Mark Levin said, the ebb and flow, and I was thinking the same thing. The ebb and flow of the speech, it was just beautiful, brilliant, and inspiring. There were many times that I actually started to cry how beautiful the speech was, particularly in reference to the Holocaust survivors, particularly when he said, the one Holocaust survivor who said, I believe that was Judah Samet, who they sang happy birthday to. That was very sweet. And how he was twice a survivor, and how, as a child who remembers being, I think they said they were in the cattle cars, and that some soldiers were coming, and they were so scared that was the end. And then how his father exclaimed, "Oh, it's the Americans! Thank God, we're free!" And that just made me feel proud to be an American, because although I'm sure he would have said the same thing if it was the British. Oh my goodness. Or someone, or the Australians or Canadians, I don't know. But it was the Americans. Would he have said it if it was the Russians? Even the Russians liberated them. What kind of liberation is that? And even the British, But Americans, they were really free. And that really made me feel proud to be an American. And the fact was, 2 of the 3 D-Day veterans who were there were Jewish. So it was really, really an incredible speech. And the thing is, the media is just incredulous about how incredible it was and how it was all the things that they should want to hear. You know, he said he wants there to be more immigration than ever before. So all these people say, oh, he's against immigrants. No, he said he wants there to be more immigration than ever before. He just wants it to be legal. Excuse me. And I personally don't know if that's such a wise thing. But that's what he said. You know, so I'm really, really taken aback. I wasn't expecting such a good State of the Union speech. That's pretty much how I'm going to put it. I wanted to hear the speech because I like the president. I wasn't, you know, every day I become a bigger fan of Donald Trump. Whoa. Of Donald Trump, because you know, when he was running, it was like I don't know, and I didn't vote for him in the primary. I voted for Ted Cruz in the primary, but I voted for President Trump in the general election. I know a lot of people who I admire didn't. One who we just lost today, Doc Thompson. That's a shocking, you know, 2 very shocking losses, sudden losses today. One who I had never met, I had some interaction with some of his organizations, and we'll talk about that so much right now, but Doc Thompson I actually met once. I used to listen to him on the local radio, WRVA in Richmond, and then I was like, this guy should be on nationally, and Glenn Beck gave him a platform to be on nationally, and it's a big loss. He was entertaining, he was talented, he was well informed, he was balanced, he was normal, he was open-minded, and he had it all, really. If you know, Bernishel and Fear developed, but like he could have been, you know, the next, you know, I think he's better than not to put him down, he's a nice person, but like there's a guy on the radio in the morning the same time as Glenn Beck, Craig Kilmeade, I think is his name. I mean, if there's nothing else on, I would listen to him, but I'd rather listen to Glenn Beck, you know. I mean, I certainly think Doc Thompson is more talented than Michael Savage. And really, to be honest, I'd rather listen to Doc Thompson than Sean Hannity. And I don't have a problem with Sean Hannity, but I'm not that impressed with him. I don't know. That's just pretty much how I'd say about Sean Hannity. You know, it's not like Doc Thompson was always impressive. You know, I mean, my favorite from all these is Glenn Beck. I've said that before. You know, but so that's a big loss. I'm very, very sad to hear. That was that all of a sudden Doc Thompson, very sad. He got hit by a train in Texas. Horrible, horrible. Another prominent person who left this world today, Rabbi Yechiel Eckstein, who, you know, I mentioned my own approach to ecumenicalism. He's a man who, although he was controversial, and I didn't agree with all, especially Zionist stuff, and I thought certain aspects of what he did were over the top, but I'm also over the top, so I don't have any right to to criticize him for that, and especially Achrei Mois Kedoshim Emor. You know, I know a lot of people who I am strong shaykhs with. We're not so fond of him, but I always, until recently when it really got really too over the top, but as a kid especially, whenever his infomercials would be on, I always loved to listen to, you know, Isaiah 58 Foundation, or, you know, these types of things, and how he would get like you know, Pat Robertson and Jerry Falwell and Pat Boone and all these big, you know, pastors and other prominent Christian leaders, Pat Boone, an entertainer, you know, but how he would get them, you know, to support him and all these things, and, you know, so it's certainly different. It's certainly, you know, it's my type of thing, though, you know, and I really, I was shocked to hear that about Yechiel Eckstein, you know, even though, again, Zionism is not really my cup of tea, but the, you know, that idea of, you know, I will bless those who bless thee and curse those that curse thee, that really spoke to me, especially as a bacher. Again, I think I've grown out of the sensationalism of a lot of these Jewish approaches that are, you know, theologically speaking, kind of silly. But I don't know. All that being said, you know, it's interesting how he managed to do that, and, you know, again, I understand a lot of even Gedolei Yisrael were upset at him about it, but you know, and Ov Katina Sach, he accomplished a lot. Whether or not you like what he accomplished, and he helped Eden. You know, some people might say it's a Chilul Hashem, but I think in a certain bechina it was a Kiddush Hashem. You know, to build bridges like that and things. So, and he helped poor people, and Yehi Zichrei Baruch, you know, he has a big schus, I think, you know. So I definitely don't want to say anything negative, despite how a lot of people might feel negative about it. So, tell me your thoughts about the State of the Union, your thoughts about Yechiel Eckstein, kind of controversial figure. You know, there's certainly a part of me that would like to, in a sense, fill those shoes as an Orthodox rabbi with an ecumenical approach. I don't like all this asking for money type thing. I'm not a fundraiser. You know, I don't ask for money here. I have a Patreon account. I feel so uncomfortable with it. I really wanted to just, you know, make the videos and get whatever the $20 you get every now and then. You know, the check for $100, $200 we used to get from YouTube. I like that, you know, but to actually ask people to send me money, I'm like, don't do that, you know. I just, but even I know I'm not going to say no, you know. I have a PayPal or Patreon or whatever it is, but I wouldn't even know how to get the money from the Patreon. I don't know. I mean, if someone would want to suggest to me what kind of things they would like me to offer, if I would do Patreon. I'll think about it, because I'm like, what can I have to offer? I make video. I don't make very good videos. I don't make high quality videos. I just sit and talk. It's a podcast, sometimes with my face. It's a vlog. That's what it is. It's not I don't put work into this. I enjoy sitting and talking and engaging with the viewers, with the listeners. So I don't know what I could give more than this, So I'm going to post the videos private first, so you get it one day early. Why do I have to do that? Just give it out, I mean, I don't know, my wife, she sent Patreon to, what's the guy's name, to Dark Corners Reviews, which I love. It's one of my favorite channels on YouTube, Dark Corners Reviews. But, so what? So we get to watch Dark Corners Reviews a day early. I mean, he gives other things too. I don't know. He has like some. I mean, should I make videos that are just for Patreon patrons only? Is that the type of thing people would be into? I don't know. I feel very uncomfortable with that. So the same thing. But I would love to I love to speak. I would be very happy to do like what Daniel Lapine does, go speak in churches and stuff, and speak on TV and things like that. That's the type of thing that I would enjoy very much. I mean, I really enjoy Daniel Lapin, but I enjoy the idea of Daniel Lapin, but the things that he says are like, what's exactly going on here? But like, he's friends with Glenn Beck. I wish I could hang out with Glenn Beck like Daniel Lapin does, So, these are the type of things. But I'm not like hustling for money. I just, that's not my type of thing. Someone once said, I mean, I don't mind getting paid for doing something. Going, giving a speech, going, performing a ceremony. So, like someone said, their rabbi said that I'm money hungry because I do weddings for non-Jewish couples. And that's just because I'm money hungry. And I'm like, no, if I was money hungry, first of all, a lot of the ministers who are my competition charge a lot more money. I would start charging a lot more money than I do for weddings. And sometimes I ask a certain price and they give me more. They give me a tip, that type of thing. It just happened this weekend, So, it is what it is. So, sad, very sad to hear about Doc Thompson. He was a special, unique talent who will be sorely, sorely missed. Sad to hear about Rabbi Eckstein. Certainly an interesting figure. I would say even to the point of an interesting figure in Jewish history. Certainly out of the ordinary type of guy, and type of things that he did. And but the two sad things. But I was very, very happy with this the State of the Union. I thought that it was incredible. Forget about the Jewish stuff. It was a very Jewish State of the Union. But it was it was putting the Jewish stuff aside, which was interesting enough. It was a really, really good State of the Union. I just blown away by how good it was. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed listening to it. And anybody who hasn't heard it, listen to the whole thing. I mean, how can anybody say the president's a racist, the president's sexist, this and that? Listen to the State of the Union address. Tell me what's racist there? What's sexist there? It's opposite. He and the Democrats, I mean, how they're not clapping when he says, that 5 million people got taken off food stamps, and I'm one of them. I mean, me and my whole family. So it's 8 people off of food stamps. What would have been great? I mean, this was one thing was going through my mind. If the president would have said this, if he would have said, I don't want to take, it's not his type of thing, but it would have been very good for him to say this. He should have said something along the lines like, I don't want to take credit for all these things, because who is making America great again? It's not me. It's you, the American people, because we, the government, are stepping back and giving you your freedom back, giving the power back to you. And that's why America is doing great, because I don't know, maybe he did say something like that, but because of the reduction in taxes and the reduction in the in the regulations and things like that, I think that would have been a very smart thing to do, because people say, President Trump, he's arrogant, or he's full of himself. Which I think the truth of the matter is he was, all his life. But I think I've said this before, I'll say it again. This experience of being president has probably been, ironically, one of the most humbling experiences that Donald Trump probably ever had in his life. So, thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, and if you want to have me speak in your synagogue, your church, your mosque, I mean, I don't know, you're not going to have me speak at Juma. I'm not Muslim. In some churches, you're not going to have me speak if you're not Christian, but some churches will. You want me to speak at your synagogue, your community center, like the JCC, whatever, I'd be more than happy to. If you want me to. I don't know if you want me to. I don't know. So, or any group you have, whatever, especially around here in upstate New York or northeast Pennsylvania, I'd be more than happy. All right. Well, God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, and we'll see y'all later. Take care.